Ladies and gentlemen, hear me and hear me well. You have something special within you, something powerful, something that the world has not seen before. But listen, talent is not enough. Dreams are not enough. Hope is not enough. If you want to live the life you deserve, if you want to rise above the noise, if you want to make your mark, then you must make a commitment to growth, a commitment to learning, a commitment to working on yourself every single day, because life is not a rehearsal. This is it. This is your shot. The world does not give you what you want. The world gives you what you are. And who you are is determined by the work you put into yourself. When you stop working on yourself, you stop growing. When you stop growing, you start dying. And some people are dead right now. They just haven't made it official yet. So hear me. Don't settle. Don't coast. Don't you dare get comfortable. Every day, sharpen your mind. Strengthen your spirit. Condition your body. Discipline your habits, elevate your vision, because the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. And if you keep working on yourself, nothing, no obstacle, no failure, no setback can keep you from the destiny that belongs to you. Growth is not automatic. Just because you're alive doesn't mean you're growing. You can get older without getting better. You can add years to your life without adding life to your years. Growth requires intention, discipline, and a decision that says, I refuse to remain the same. I refuse to settle for average. I will work on myself until I become the person I was destined to be. That's the power of commitment. Commitment to growth means you stop waiting for motivation and start relying on discipline. It means you stop living by emotions and start living by principles. Too many people say, when I feel like I'll do it. No, growth doesn't care how you feel. Growth requires consistency, and consistency demands that you show up, even on the days when you'd rather quit, when you'd rather hide, when you'd rather stay comfortable. Understand this, your dreams and your goals will never rise higher than your personal development. If you want a bigger paycheck, you must first become a bigger person. If you want more influence, you must expand your capacity to lead. If you want to attract better opportunities, you must become the kind of person who can handle them. Success is not about chasing things. It's about becoming the person who naturally attracts them. Commitment to growth requires humility. You must admit that you don't know everything. You must be willing to learn, to be coached, to be corrected, to be stretched beyond what feels comfortable. Pride says, I already know enough. Growth says, there's always another level for me to reach. And as long as you have breath in your body, there will always be another level. Growth also demands sacrifice. You cannot hold on to every distraction, every bad habit, every toxic relationship, and expect to rise higher. Something has to go. You might have to give up comfort for discipline. You might have to trade entertainment for education. You might have to let go of people who don't support your vision. Growth costs, but the cost of staying the same is far greater. Commitment to growth means you set daily standards, not goals you set once a year, but standards you live by every single day. A standard for how you speak to yourself, a standard for how much you read, how hard you train, how you spend your time, how you show up in the world. When you raise your standards, you raise your results. And when you commit to growth, mediocrity is no longer acceptable. And remember, this growth doesn't happen in a straight line. It comes with ups and downs, wins and losses, breakthroughs and breakdowns. But commitment says, no matter what, I will keep moving forward. I will keep learning. I will keep getting better. Because growth is not an event. It's a lifestyle. It's a promise you make to yourself that no matter what happens around you, you will not stay the same inside you. The world doesn't pay you for what you want. The world doesn't reward you for what you wish. The world doesn't even give you credit for what you dream about. The world rewards you for who you are and what you bring to the table. If you don't like what you're getting, then you must change who you're becoming, because your life will always be a mirror reflecting back the value you deliver. Think about it. Two people can walk into the same room with the same background, with the same opportunities. One person gets overlooked, ignored, dismissed. The other person gets noticed, chosen, promoted. What's the difference? It's not luck. It's not fate. It's identity. It's energy. It's the confidence, the preparation, the personal growth that speaks before they even open their mouth. Who you are introduces you before you say a single word. You cannot demand more from life while bringing less of yourself to life. If you want doors to open, if you want people to trust you, if you want opportunities to chase you down, you must elevate your character, your skill set, and your mindset. The promotion doesn't come because you want it. It comes because you've become the kind of person who earns it. The relationship doesn't work out because you hope it will. It works because you've built yourself into someone who can nurture it. The world is not moved by excuses. The world doesn't care about your sad story. Everybody's been through something. Everybody's carrying scars. What separates those who rise from those who fall is that one group decides, I will not let this define me. I will define myself. They use the pain to build strength. They use the struggle to build resilience. And they use the lessons to build wisdom. And when they step into the world recognizes who they've become. This is why working on yourself continuously matters so much, because you cannot expect external rewards without internal upgrades. If you want abundance, you must think abundantly. If you want respect, you must carry yourself with integrity. If you want freedom, you must discipline yourself like someone who deserves it. Life is a mirror. What you project is what you attract. Who you are is what you draw in. And here's the truth. People are always watching you. They're listening to your words. They're studying your actions. They're feeling your energy. They can tell if you're genuine, if you're prepared, if you're serious, or if you're just pretending. The world doesn't reward pretenders. It rewards those who have put in the work to become the real deal. You don't have to announce who you are. When you've worked on yourself enough, people will see it, people will feel it, and people will reward it. So understand this. If you're not happy with the results you're getting in life, don't complain about the results. Don't curse the world. Don't point fingers. Look in the mirror. Because when you change who you are, you change what you attract. The world is simply reflecting you back to yourself. That's why the greatest investment you will ever make is not in stocks, not in real estate, not in gold. It's in yourself. Growth is not something you do once in a while. It's not something you try on Mondays and forget about by Friday. Growth demands continuous effort. You can't stop and start, and expect to get anywhere. Success is built on momentum, and momentum only comes when you keep moving, keep pressing, keep showing up day after day, week after week, year after year. Too many people want success to come like a lottery ticket, instant, fast, effortless. But life doesn't work that way. Life rewards persistence. Life rewards consistency. Life rewards those who decide, no matter how slow it feels, no matter how tough it gets, I'm not stopping. I'm not backing down. I will keep moving forward, because continuous effort wears down obstacles, breaks through resistance, and builds strength in the process. Think about water. A single drop of water doesn't look like much, but when it falls on the same spot, day after day, year after year, it cuts through rock. Not because of force, but because of consistency. Your effort works the same way. A little progress made every single day eventually breaks through barriers that once looked impossible. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about doing something every day without fail. And here's the truth. When you stop, when you pause too long, when you take your foot off the gas, life doesn't freeze for you. The world keeps moving. Challenges keep coming. Opportunities keep shifting. And while you're waiting, while you're resting in comfort, somebody else is out there putting in the work, building the skills, and getting ahead. Continuous effort keeps you in the game. Without it, you fall behind. Continuous effort also builds habits. What you do repeatedly becomes who you are. You don't get discipline by doing something once. You get discipline by doing it every single day until it becomes second nature. You don't build mastery with one practice session. You build it by practicing over and over again until excellence becomes automatic. Continuous effort takes dreams out of your head and turns them into reality with your hands. And let's be real, effort is not always glamorous. Some days you'll feel invisible. Some days the results won't show. Some days you'll question if it's even worth it. But those are the days that matter most. Those are the days that separate the average from the extraordinary. Because anyone can work when it's easy. Anyone can push when they're motivated. Continuous effort means working when nobody's clapping, when nobody's noticing, when nobody's giving you credit, but you keep going anyway. Remember this, you don't grow by what you do once in a while. You grow by what you do continuously. Success is not an event, it's a habit. Greatness is not built in one leap. It's built one step at a time, one choice at a time, one effort after another. And if you're willing to give continuous effort, there's no mountain too high, no challenge too great, and no dream too far. This is it. So this moment's day, this breath, this is your life. Too many people act like they're practicing, like they've got a second run waiting for them, like they'll get another chance to try it again. But let me tell you, there are no rehearsals. There are no do-overs. You don't get to push, reset, and start fresh with the same time you already wasted. Life is happening right now, and every decision you make is writing your story. Think about it. Time is the most valuable resource you'll ever have. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose possessions and replace them. But the one thing you can never get back is time. Once it's gone forever. That's why wasting time is one of the greatest mistakes you can ever make. Every hour you spend drifting. Every day you spend waiting. Every week you spend hesitating. You're throwing away pieces of your future you will never see again. Too many people are waiting for the perfect moment. They say, when I'm ready, I'll start. When I feel right, I'll move. When everything lines up, I'll take my shot. But let me tell you, there will never be a perfect time. Conditions will never be flawless. The stars will never all align. If you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you'll wait your whole life. Life is not a rehearsal, so you've got to move with what you have, where you are right now. Every day is a performance. Every day is an audition for the future you want. How you show up today determines the opportunities that will meet you tomorrow. If you show up sloppy, careless, unprepared, you train the world to pass you by. But if you show up with energy, with discipline, with focus, you train the world to take you seriously. Life is not a rehearsal, so you cannot afford to live like you're warming up. And understand this, regret is heavier than failure. You can try and fail, and you'll learn, you'll grow, you'll recover. But if you never try, if you waste your chance, if you treat life like a rehearsal, regret will haunt you for the rest of your days. People on their deathbeds don't talk about the risks they took. They talk about the ones they didn't take, the songs they never sang, the chances they never used. Don't wait until the curtain closes to realize you never performed. When you live like life is not a rehearsal, urgency takes over. You don't waste time on things that don't matter. You don't sit in rooms where you don't belong. You don't keep people around who drain your energy. You start living with purpose, with intention, with fire in your heart. Every day becomes precious. Every choice becomes important. Every action becomes part of the masterpiece you're creating with your life. So stop holding back. Stop saving your best for someday. Someday is not on the calendar. Someday doesn't exist. All you have is today, this moment, this chance. And when you understand that life is not a rehearsal, you stop playing small. You stop hesitating and you start giving everything you've got. Because this is it. This is the real thing. Your mind is your greatest weapon, your greatest asset, your greatest tool for success. But like any tool, if you don't sharpen it, it gets dull. And a dull mind is dangerous. It makes sloppy decisions, falls for distractions, and gets trapped in cycles of mediocrity. Sharpening your mind means feeding it, training it, stretching it so you can cut through confusion, cut through fear, and cut through every obstacle that stands in your way. If you want to change your life, the first thing you must change is how you think, because your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your results. Too many people are trying to change their circumstances without changing their mindset. They want a new life with the same old thinking, but you cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. If your mind is stuck, your life will be stuck. Sharpening your mind frees you from the prison of small thinking. How do you sharpen your mind? You read, you study, you listen, you seek out wisdom, you surround yourself with people who stretch you, challenge you, and pull you higher. You turn off the noise of negativity and tune in to the voices that inspire you, empower you, and elevate you. The sharper your mind, the clearer your vision becomes. And when your vision is clear, your steps are powerful. A sharp mind is not just about knowledge. It's about discipline. It's about controlling what you let in. Garbage in, garbage out. If you're feeding your mind gossip, drama, and nonsense, don't expect your life to produce excellence. But if you feed your mind ideas, strategies, principles, and truth, you will begin to think differently, act differently, and attract different results. Your mind is a garden. What you plant in it will grow. And understand this, your environment matters. If you're always around small thinkers, your mind will shrink to fit their level. If you're always around people who complain, your mind will start looking for problems instead of solutions. But if you place yourself in environments that challenge you, with people who are going places, with mentors who demand more of you, your mind sharpens like steel against steel. You rise to the level of the company you keep. Sharpening your mind also means staying curious. Never stop asking questions. Never stop learning. Never assume you know it all. The sharpest minds are not the ones with all the answers. They are the ones hungry for more knowledge, more understanding, more growth. Curiosity keeps your mind alive. Curiosity keeps your spirit young. Curiosity keeps you climbing when others have stopped. And when you sharpen your mind, something powerful happens. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You begin to see possibilities where others see problems. You begin to believe in solutions when others are stuck in excuses. A sharp mind doesn't just survive life. It slices through it with focus, clarity, and precision. And when you carry a sharp mind, there's no challenge you can't face, no vision you can't pursue, and no dream you can't bring to life. Life will test you. Life will break you down, throw you into storms, and put you in situations where quitting feels easier than continuing. In those moments, it won't be your skills alone that carry you, and it won't be your knowledge alone that saves you. It will be your spirit, your inner strength, your faith, your resilience that lifts you when everything else feels too heavy. That's why you must make it a priority to strengthen your spirit every single day. Your spirit is the core of who you are. It's not what people see. It's what drives you when nobody's looking. It's that voice inside that says, keep going, when everything around you is screaming, stop. When you strengthen your spirit, you build the ability to rise again and again, no matter how many times life knocks you down. You become unshakable, not because storms don't come, but because storms can't move what's rooted deep within. Strengthening your spirit means feeding it with faith, with hope, with truth. It means connecting with something bigger than yourself, a vision, a purpose, a belief that your life matters, that your story has meaning, that your pain has a purpose. Without that, the weight of the world will crush you. But with it, you can stand tall under pressure, knowing you are more than your circumstances, more than your setbacks, more than your struggles. Your spirit is strengthened in the tough times, not the easy ones. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Steel is forged in fire. And your spirit becomes strong when it's tested in adversity. Every setback you've survived, every heartbreak you've endured, every mountain you've climbed, it all added muscle to your spirit. That's why you're still standing. That's why you're still here. You are stronger than you think, but you must keep building that strength intentionally. One way to strengthen your spirit is through gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus. Gratitude reminds you that even in the darkest times, there is still light to be found. When you count what's working instead of what's missing, when you thank life for the lessons instead of cursing it for the losses, you build resilience. Gratitude doesn't change your circumstances, but it changes you. And when you change, everything around you begins to shift. Another way to strengthen your spirit is by surrounding yourself with people who lift you. People whose words breathe life into you, not drain you. People who remind you of your strength when you forget it. Nobody strengthens their spirit alone. You need a tribe, a circle, a community that believes in your light, even when yours starts to dim. Iron sharpens iron, and strong spirits sharpen each other. And never forget, your spirit grows when you give. When you encourage someone else, when you lift someone else, when you shine light into another person's darkness, you strengthen your own. Because the act of serving, the act of loving, the act of giving without expecting anything in return, it expands your soul. It makes your spirit unbreakable. And when your spirit is strong, nothing, no fear, no failure, no enemy can take you out. Your body is the vehicle that carries your dreams. You can have the vision, you can have the talent, you can have the willpower, but if your body breaks down, everything else collapses with it. Too many people want success, but neglect the very machine that's supposed to take them there. You cannot run at full speed in life with an engine that's weak, tired, and out of fuel. That's why conditioning your body is not optional. It's essential. Energy is everything. Without energy, you can't focus. Without energy, you can't push. Without energy, you can't create, you can't perform, you can't endure. And where does energy come from? It comes from how you treat your body, what you eat, how you move, how you rest, how you care for yourself. You can't fill your body with junk, starve it of movement, and expect to operate at peak performance. Your body reflects your habits. Conditioning your body doesn't mean you have to be a world-class athlete. It means you must take ownership of your health. It means making choices that strengthen you instead of weaken you. It means saying, my future matters too much to let laziness rob me of my strength. When you respect your body, when you train it, when you fuel it right, you build stamina to pursue your vision without burning out halfway. And let me tell you, your mind and your body are deeply connected. A strong body sharpens your mind. When you exercise, when you push your limits physically, you develop mental toughness. You learn discipline. You learn how to keep going when it hurts. You learn how to show up even when you don't feel like it. That discipline spills over into every area of your life. Condition your body and you condition your mind. Understand this, your body carries your presence. When you walk into a room, your energy speaks before you say a word. A weak posture, a tired frame, a sluggish step, it all tells a story. But when you condition your body, when you stand tall, move with power, and radiate energy, people notice. They feel your strength. They sense your confidence. They respect you before you even open your mouth. Conditioning your body also prepares you for endurance. Success is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And a marathon requires stamina, not just bursts of effort. You must be able to go the distance, to keep grinding when the journey gets long, to keep climbing when the mountain stretches higher than you imagine. A conditioned body is built for longevity. It gives you the strength to stay in the fight until you win. And let's be clear, your body is a gift, and how you treat it is your responsibility. You only get one, and if you break it, there are no replacements. That's why you must take care of it. Not later, not someday, but now. Fuel it with what nourishes you, move it with what strengthens you, and rest it with what restores you. Because when your body is conditioned, you unlock energy, power, and presence that no obstacle can contain.